Hello, 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 and welcome to another Daily Code Fun. I am One Lion. You are all amazing. And we are looking at outside of a window somewhere in Trivandrum, Kerala, India. Question mark? Question mark? Yay, says Dickasoft. Click and type boo. Hit. Do the pub sub connection and finish it. Finish him. I am just doing a couple of updates to the bot really fast. I don't get too much time that I put in front of the bot, and I'm completely okay with that. Is everything all right over there? Are you good? No idea. Don't know if the bot works or not, but we're going with it. So we have been playing with the financial management financial management tracking application. I have been quite a bit busy in the last week and a half, participating in a lot of work efforts that I'm excited about. So that's good. But also a little bit on my brain doesn't want to do anything beyond closing time. So outside of work hours, my brain just doesn't like to cooperate as much. But I still have a few things that I need to get done on my own time. Dang it. It is not working. Thank you for testing it, Dukasoft. Let's try again. There it goes. Okay, so bot is back to its half working self, which is good. Stream Elements tells you that that's where you can find it, but Stream Elements is wrong. That's where you can find, well, I guess, I don't know. I haven't added any extra commands to the bot yet, but these are all of the regular built-in commands. And then there are some custom commands like massage peen. Oh, so those do show. That's cool. Haha. So I turned off the at me messages in the bot because it was just annoying. But it'll be back soon. I just need to get through this next couple of weeks. So the 9th is when there is going to be a massive effort to gain a client. I don't care about Stream Elements. Actually, that's when our initial response is due to a client, and then on the 29th is when the actual presentation should be. Dukasoft responded for the bot. Nice. But yeah, so that's going on, and I need to provide some feedback before next week, Friday, about the slide deck that is going to be used. Or it's not before Friday. It's just that there is a massive push to get this slide deck put together and cleaned up for the presentation, and I'm weighing in quite a bit as far as how the content should go, what the layout is, and adding more value to it, I guess. What was that noise? That was an email. It did not show up. Oh, there it is. I have no idea. Um, they're all responding to each other. Yes. um, but yeah, so my brain is focused on that, but I'm also trying to get my actual work project done, the one that I am actually doing billable hours for. I obviously don't want to short the client that I'm currently assigned to any of my time. And then I also was made aware of some really cool initiatives that Sajeti are trying to do. There is an article that I can share with you that is very cool. On August 8th or something like that, there was a press release, August 3rd, that Unity is partnering with Capgemini. Capgemini is my parent company. I work for Sajeti, which is a subsidiary of Capgemini. But they are doing this kind of shaping the metaverse, figuring out how the future of the metaverse is going to look. And so I am at the very, very beginnings of finding out information about how to get involved with this, because this really is one of my major, major goals. So I'll be busy with that. So those are good times. Celia says, I'm also cooking right now, trying a new way to do poached eggs, which takes a bit more prep than the old twirl the water to a whirlpool method. I'm trying to get acquired by Face. Who? What? Where did you see Facebook? So, not Meta, the metaverse. Metaverse has been a term that's like been around for a while now that describes the augmented. So we have a reality and then we have a parallel digital reality that can be anywhere from fully immersive to just overlaying digital assets or sound. So the full scope of mixed reality. Yeah, no. Metaverse is a term that's been around much, much longer than Facebook's coinage of meta. Ah, but yeah, I mean, if you're if you're associating metaverse with Facebook and Meta, yeah, you can do that. You're allowed. However, um, they are independent of each other. Well, I don't know. I think Meta depends on the metaverse, the concept of the metaverse, as far as that aspect of Facebook is concerned, I should say. Anyway, moving on. But that's really exciting for me. Just got a bit loaded ever since Facebook went down that route. Went down that route. I understand. I get it. I get it. Uh, does anyone remember what it was that we were trying to do? Right. Sorting. Sorting. I didn't like the approach that I started taking because I don't really know how to use this. C# table sort. Actually, let's just do Blazor without using anyone's. No, thank you. The code hubs is apparently not a safe site. That's good to know. Show me some code, because what I want to know is what approach do you take for clicking on a header to sort by that column? And right now I'm not looking at, oh, here we go. Sort table and then a string name for the header. So I don't like that approach. Maybe if we looked at the way that I'm doing it in Army Water, because obviously that is the approach that I liked. Yeah, so here's a sort by, where they're using a lambda, kind of the way that I am. I can't give you that answer directly, but if you look at the code, you can dig through it, and if you find it, then you'll be helped. Otherwise, good luck. Um, it might be in column. What is field? Expression of table item object. So is expression something that we get for free? Do, 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 do. Oh no, I covered up le chat. Hello, Apocalypse. My headphones are actually turned down, which is kind of sad because that would have gotten my heart racing and um, completely thrown me off track, which, is the goal, I guess. But fun times. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm looking for, not on initialize. I was just trying to see if expression is a thing. Private expression, it is. Function of transaction, comma, object. So yeah, this would be the thing that I want to pass in instead of T key. Interesting. So this is where we can get access to stuff like the body. This is kind of what I was looking for. So let's just see what this gives us. maybe I'll start learning more about how to use expressions for real for real. So if we click on this, we get output of null. Great, thanks. So helpful. Transaction history grid. So account, x arrows account dot name. So we do have, I mean, it's compiling for us. It's doing what we want it to do. Yeah, I'm not gonna try too hard at that because I want to keep going, and I've already spent a lot of time on things that I just don't think are the right approach. So let's go ahead and create this. Oh man. I want a good way to do this. So I'm okay with hard coding quite a few things. If it means making this a little bit easier. So for example, not for example. Gosh, maybe I should just drop sorting for a little bit. I'm trying too hard. So let's handle sort column clicked. And so I don't think that I can specify an actual literal in here without it breaking everything. Some column. And if I use the name of approach, then I'm only going to get the name of the field and not the full dotted name of the path to the property. And so what I'm tempted to do, which I don't really want to do, is create an enum called column name. And this will just be the columns that I have in here. So, for example, anything that ends with column, I guess. No, give me these. Even worse, give me these. There we go. Okay, so if I took all of these with me to Cancun, everyone would be happy. So happy. Implements I oops. Um, I should be able to do this. Duplicate like that. Display name equals quotation mark. Get rid of the word column. Oh, you are an attribute. Okay, so that'll give me a way to print out the display name. Like so. And what we can do with this is up here for each var cur call in enum dot get values, so column name, and it'll print out in the order that I have defined them. So that'll be a th scope column in on. I can't push the app button. In my code base, that's implemented right in object. What is the oops? Object implements oops in your entire project? That's genius. I wish I thought about it before you. I would be a billion, million, trillionaire. Handle column header clicked, and we'll use the enum value instead. And the header name will actually be, oh, that really sucks. The header, dang it. There is one extra thing that I need to do, but no matter. Do I want to do that now? Just make up your mind. Cur call dot display text. And this thing is angry at me. One, because this thing doesn't like enums, and I am angry at it because I will not want to print out the word pending. Or was I? I think I was printing out the word pending. I thought that I was leaving it blank. Never mind. The poached eggs came out perfect. Awesome. I'm not a fan of poached eggs, but I do love it when an egg comes out perfectly. Last night I made some hard-boiled eggs with our dinner, and I found the perfect way to make the perfect hard-boiled egg. And it's repeatable, and it happens every single time. It's not always easily peelable, but the egg itself comes out perfectly cooked. Okay, so this shouldn't break our display at least. So the display still looks good. Celia says, I prefer the yolk completely runny. Not a fan. I'm not even a fan of hard-boiled eggs, but um, it is really fun to make the perfect hard-boiled egg. I just cook them to cook them. That's all. No, I'm kidding. It's terrible. Programming the egg. Okay. So here's what I would like to do with what we got. Since I'm going with using column name, I would like to track our lists of columns. Which will be get init. Okay. And we'll check to see if the column exists in our list of tracked columns. If it does exist, or if it doesn't exist, we will prepend our list of columns. Yeah, so we can do all of this stuff here. And we'll just change sort column to column name. Hard-boiled is easy. Just leave them in the cooker until you remember half an hour later. That makes them green. At our altitude, it seems like 12 minutes is the perfect steam time. Oh, you leave it boiling the whole time. Yeah, so that's what I do is put the eggs in a pot, cover it with cold water, add a little bit of salt, add a little bit of vinegar. Not too much though. And then bring that to a boil. Once it starts rolling boil, cover, turn off the heat, let it sit for 12 minutes. After 12 minutes, move it into an ice bath, and it's perfect every time. And then you can leave it in the ice bath for however long you want. By then, your cooker will have run out of water and the house is on fire, leaving you with perfect grill coals instead. Mm. Okay, so you. Excellent. I get it. Do I? I don't think I get it. You know what? No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this a list of transactions, and then we will make our sorted transactions in IEnumerable. And then this is actually just going to be a read-only property that does it's sorted transactions. Sure. Good name. Good name. You are not going to be a task. You will be void get sorted transactions. No method. Still good so far. Excellent. Cannot implicitly turn void into an IEnumerable. That's because you are supposed to be an IEnumerable of transaction. My bag. IEnumerable. Cool. And for now, let's just return transactions as enumerable. Question mark. And you will also be question mark. And in our UI, this is going to be those two are good. So transactions check here and transactions check here are good, but this is going to be sorted transactions. It's going to be like, this is potentially null. Are you sure? No, it's not going to complain at us? Oh, because that's the wrong variable name. Okay, this is potentially null. Are you sure? And it's like, this thing is based off of transactions. So if transactions is not null and has something in it, this is not going to be null. So we're going to use a null forgiveness operator on that. Of course. Of course. So we should be able to come back here and see that all is well, provided we did actually build. All is well. There are no issues anywhere between 1 and 10 seconds or 2 and 10 seconds, whatever I said. There are no issues with... Did somebody buy me something from Modloft? Because they keep wanting to have me subscribe to their updates. I doubt it's Modloft because we didn't buy anything. Okay, so to get our sorted, what we're gonna do is, oh my gosh, where's my code? No, really, where is it? Here you are. We're gonna say if we don't have any sorted columns at all, not sorted columns.any, then we will immediately return transactions dot order by transaction date descending by default. Sorry, order by descending. So we're going to order by transaction date by default in descending order. When I do that, do you think, because I sure don't think, do you think that we should maybe indicate here that we have transdate sorted? Sorted? Because what this would do instead is if I now click on the transdate column, it will add it as sort me ascending and then sort me descending and then don't sort me at all. Okay, so no, I think we're good like this. Unless we otherwise explicitly state. So otherwise, we will go through each sort column. And always, if anyone does have a better approach for doing this, I am open to that. So we will go through every sort column and we will essentially do a switch on them and then apply the sort that way. So var sorted trans equals underscore transactions dot as enumerable. Oh, right. I guess the first thing that we could do is if underscore transactions is null, transactions, just return default. Not default bang. I'm so used to writing default bang now. I can always think of a worse way of doing it. Yeah, just imagine trying to do this with a table that has like 13 or 15 or 30 columns and you have to do a switch statement to sort any of the columns. The approach that I did with RMA water used the property name, but that's because all of the properties were in the same view model. Let me see if I can find a UI for that. How are these structured? Component library, pages, components, charts and no, not charts and yes, charts and reports. Let's look at performance report. Okay, so you can see that I'm using name of and then the field that I want to sort by. And that's the approach that I started using. But what is this? What is this X arrows well number? Function T key predicate. So then I also tried this one by itself. Oh, so I just combined them both. But yeah, that's an issue for us because we have multiple properties that are named the same thing. Maybe we just need to go ahead and create the view model and then use this approach, because I really like this approach. Is really nice. But then like in my order by, I'm just using the actual predicate that gets passed in. And so we're taking all of our previous order by stuff and then applying. Yeah, I like this. Hello, Captain Commerce. No, we are not in Arme Water. I do like the way that you said it though. Arme Water. Water. Dame agua. Omizu, omizu kudasai. Yeah, omizu kudasai. Oh, thank you, Dukesoft. I believe I will. Okay, so anyway, sort column dot. No, what are you doing, IntelliCode? You're co-pilot. You're confusing me. You're confusing me. Please don't confuse me. And actually, the easier way would just be to have this thing build out all of my cases for me. Hello, add missing cases. Add. Oh, right. We're switching on cursor dot column is what I meant to do, which is why it was being weird at me. Add missing cases. Thank you. That's better. So we'll do this, and then we'll work on maybe the view model, and then we'll completely revamp our sorting algorithm here. Sorting algorithm. It's not a sorting algorithm. It's an algorithm to perform to apply sorting using link. Oh my gosh. Words. Okay, so we need to determine, are we sorting ascending or descending in all of these cases. So if cursor dot descending, I think is what I called it, then do this, else do this. In both cases, we're hello. Okay, that's better. In all cases, we're going to set sorted trans equals sorted trans dot order by descending on this one. And then sorted trans dot equals sorted trans dot order by x arrows x dot. Okay, so all of those are set up. This one is going to be kind of special because the way that we want it is if x dot posting date not has value. Wait, date time is not a thing that does not has value, right? It is. Just kidding. All right, so if it doesn't have a value and we're ordering by descending, then that means that we want the things that are that have a posting date on top. Then we'll do date time dot min value else x dot posting date dot value. Which I guess in both cases this is going to work. So I will do it in this way. You don't need a question mark anymore, and you don't need a question mark anymore. What are you angry at? Use a coalesce expression? How do I use that in here? Does this actually give me min value? Oh, duh. Duh. Never mind. Don't answer that. I know what this is doing. I was just being special. Don't mind my brain today or for the next couple weeks. And then the rest of these are just going to be pretty. Nope, because also the payee column is going to be different. But we'll do the trans date column because that one is easy, which I spelled it out, transaction date. We'll do the account column because that one is easy as well. Account.name. Okay, payee we're going to skip for now. Let's do the memo column. And the amount is going to be, I wonder if it would be super angry at me if we did x dot, x dot line item details. Some. There is no x.line item details because the line item details, oh, it's called transaction details. That's why. I hope this is right. Transaction detail. Okay, good, good. So this one is going to be different because it's going to be based off of whether we are a payee. Sorry, if we are looking at a payment, a deposit, or a transfer. So if we're looking for if this is a payment, then we will do x.pay_name. I like this, but the second one is wrong. So I'm going to put this on another line. Oh, I really want to do this once. Dang it. I want to be too creative. Let's do it. Let's just see how this works. We're going to have a func of transaction object called sort call prop. And we're going to set that equal to, oop, that goes up here. Come here. Okay, and we're going to set that equal to cur sort column switch. And then we have our cases. And so this is going to be x. Expression of. Okay, so far this looks like it's no, that's still not going to work. Was that not the parameter type that we were using in RMA water? The parameter type is func of tt key. Oh, that works. Okay, so I can't initialize it when I declare it using a switch expression at least. Um, so I don't mind doing it this way. I'm going to get rid of this. I will keep only this part. Oh, he's being too creative. He's trying to be too smart. Somebody stop him. I'll keep this as my sort call prop. Sort call prop. Oops. Get rid of that. Okay, this is where the fun one is happening in this payee column. And this is what made me want to do it this way. Oh. Delete it. Sort call prop. Oh no. Can't keep my focus. And you guys aren't even distracting me. Oh my gosh. Hello, Thindle. And by default, we'll just do transaction date again. But I mean, there are no other cases. I know you're going to complain at me for not having a default case, but I'm covering all of my enums. It's not complaining. Awesome. How am I doing today? I am. How are you doing today? I saw you in where did I see you earlier? I saw you somewhere earlier. I saw you in Code It Live's channel earlier. Yeah, Dukasoft knew. Dukasoft must have been there too. I was lurking like a turkey because I had 80 meetings this morning. You and Fuels, Nabel kept chatting over Ed and Sam, and you're proud of that. My message. Oh yeah, this was my that message. I just want you to go away. Message. Okay, and I did get another work email. Whew, I'm trying to pay attention to them, but that one is another spam message. Side discussions can be fun, unless the streamer is intending to get stuff done. In which case, they probably shouldn't be streaming, would be the argument, but yeah, whatever. Not then. Oh, crap. We need to do this as a order by builder. How in the world did I keep adding on to the order by? No, this isn't the right one. Well, so I think, yeah, I think maybe I need to start with order by X arrows 1 equals just 1. That way I can use then by. So that this thing can be as order. So like this returns an I ordered enumerable instead of just an I enumerable. Yeah, this will work. This will do for what we want. And then we'll just return sorted trans. Okay, so we should have a working sort that will apply sort in the order that you click things, but in reverse. So tell me if you absolutely hate this or love it or just don't really care one way or the other. When you click on a column header, oh, I probably need to tell this thing to return invoke async state has changed. The most recent column that you click on will be the one that it sorts by. Why aren't you actually sorting at the moment? I have you calling this method. I have you using sorted transactions. It looks like it built. Yeah, so the only thing that this thing does is it just turns my order by into everything is sorted in whatever order it's currently sorted in. The end. Ignore any. Yeah, it's just everything is gonna order on a value that is 1, which means everything that's in here is already ordered. So it'd be the same. Like, is there an ordered enumerable? E enumerable. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think so. So if there was an as ordered enumerable, um, that is the interface for it, yes. But I want my current list of blah to be a I ordered enumerable. So no. Um, so that's why I'm okay with just doing order by X arrows 1, because this would get, I don't think that as I ordered enumerable would work either. I think this would actually give me back null. And the reason for that is because the original as enumerable here Or even if I did list, even if I did list, then, or just the list, we'll try both ways. We'll just try both ways. Control C, F5. Findle is saying, I had a hallelujah moment earlier today, had to redo 4 lines of code. I wrote the first line with some different params and tab, 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 done. And it figured out what indexes, etc. I wanted. That's cool. I don't know why I actually stopped and ran in debug. Like I was going to put a breakpoint. Actually, I do know why, but it doesn't matter. I was going to put a breakpoint and then run in debug and then inspect it, but I instead added a console log. Yeah, so sorted trans is null when I try to cast list directly to I ordered enumerable. Or sorry, when I cast list as enumerable to I ordered enumerable. But when I try to cast list to I ordered enumerable, that might work. I don't know. I doubt it. But we may as well try since we're here. I mean, I have a solution for this. I'm just trying this out to appease. And survey says, go. Yeah, sorted trans is null. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and do a dot order by x arrows 1, because this won't apply any sorting. I mean, there's probably something that happens under the hood that causes it to do some kind of sorting when you're sorting on, like I could just have this be sort x arrows A. As long as it's something that is constant across all of the things, they're all going to stay in the same order. And then I can add the then by, because now sorted trans is an I ordered enumerable. Not big. Not big at all. It'll be pageable. So when we actually implement the service to go and get the transactions that have been entered, it's only going to be like at most 100. Not necessarily though. If we do the large data grid thing with a virtualized component, then it could be larger, but I don't like the constantly growing scrolling list version of it. But that's just my preference. But yeah, you can see that the current sorting is being applied, where the transaction date descending sort is applied when there is no sort. Click on transdate, we're now sorting ascending. Transdate again, we're sorting descending. Click transdate again, we're not sorting by any of it. Click on account, we're sorting by account name. And then we do the opposite. Payee is broken at the moment. My key selector didn't like what I typed. Oh yeah, I didn't finish payee. Memo, did that just completely break the whole thing? No, it didn't. Okay. Yes, it did. Okay. So let's implement the payee column. And that one would be dependent on which column we're sorting. Or not which column, which type of transaction this is. So if sorry, it will be X arrows sort column prop will be X arrows. And then if we are looking at a payment, oh my goodness, just let me type what I want to type, is payment. Then we will use x.payment.payee.name. Oh, right. Otherwise, if we are looking at a deposit, nope, not a deposit. If we're looking at a transfer, oh my goodness, let my keyboard go. Then we would use x dot transfer dot target account dot name. Is that what goes in that column? If it's payment, then we use payment.payee name. If it's a deposit, then we use, actually, let's do deposit last. It's transfer. Okay. So yeah, target account dot name is what goes in the payee. So that's good. Coding with Scott is here and he's helping. Oh man. Oh man. All right. Otherwise, we do string.empty because everything, nothing else. Actually, can we do null? I think we might be able to do a null string if I do the null checks on these. Let's find out what that looks like. Okay, so payee, we only have, no, all of these are payees. Why aren't you guys lined up? Oh, because this is center. Let me style that really quick. That's SQL Explorer. Right, I put them at the top. Do you not have, you don't have a transaction history grid dot razor dot and this thing has a wrapper, not you, this thing has a wrapper called transaction history, which will do table t head tr th text align left. Oh, right. And then we actually need to compile it. Kampai. And then we probably are going to have to restart the app before it picks up the new isolated CSS file. But let's just cross our eyes. Oh, can't tell. Can't tell until we have data. Yes, it applied. Yay. Okay, so if I sort by payee, then we should have blank, and then credit card, and then my favorite, and then Taco Bell. And that is what we get, and then we sort opposite. Okay, so here's my question. If any of you feel like answering, you definitely don't have to. Please don't be distracted by me. But if you have a preference, when you click on another column and you've already sorted by a previous column, should that column be the primary column that it sorts by? So right now you can see that I'm sorting by memo column ascending, then payee column descending. But then if I click on transdate, then transdate becomes the first column I sort by, and then memo column, and then payee column. And then if I wanted to move my memo column back to the front, I would need to go through descending, turn it off, and now I can sort by memo column first. And then transdate, turn that off. Now I'm sorting by transdate first. My favorite grocery store that delivers? Which is your favorite and why is it Burger King? Yeah, is that like too overcomplicated? Should it just be that the column that you click on will be the thing that you sort by? I guess to kind of at least show what is being sorted and in which direction, we'll use some really fancy. Yeah, here we are. Okay, we'll do some fancy styling. And so what I'll do is we'll put a div in here. Yes, we're putting a div in here because have you ever tried to apply display flex to a th or td? It breaks everything. So I'm going to put a div inside of here that's going to get the flex applied to it. And that's going to have a span for the header text, and then an other span for the sort dir indicator. Sorry, this is a class. I don't know. Here's going to be my fancy styling. Are you ready for this? So if sort columns contains, nope, any var sort call equals sort calls dot first or default, and you'll see why I'm doing it this way. Column equals cur call. So we're grabbing the actual sort column entry in our list of sorted columns so that we can do if sort call is null, is not null. We'll do it inside of the curly braces. So if sort call is not null, then that means that we're sorting on this column somehow. Filtering through would be more important, you think? So for me, a single level of sorting is enough. I don't do enough transactions that I have greater needs. Yeah, and for me, like my transaction history, the payments that I have already entered into my database go back to about 2014, I think. So I have thousands of payments and deposits and transfers between accounts kind of thing. So there may be times when I want to sort first by the account and then by the transaction date. And then I might want to switch that over to, yeah, so like if I'm filtering to a date range, like what happened last year grouped by account or something. Well, it wouldn't be grouped by at that point in time because I'm talking sorting. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I've used it within my own Access database little table view where I have sorted by account first and then transaction date, or by place, or transaction date and then place. Place and then transaction date is what I said. So I've done at least two column sorts, almost always followed by transaction date. But yeah, so if, no, not if, we'll just do this as an inline. Output, yeah, I want this in here. Sort call dot descending, then we'll do a v else a caret, followed by the sort columns.index of, oh, right, and then I usually do this as like a subscript. Index of our found sort call. Okay, so what this will give us is, are we sorting descending or ascending, and which order is this thing sorting in? I mean, I only have 3 accounts. I have my credit card account, my checking account, and my savings account. But I can also see people wanting to track things like their investment accounts or maybe their escrow to see how much they've paid off so far. Or I guess loan. Okay, so transaction date, you can see that it's the first column sorted. And then when I go to payee, now payee is the first column sorted, followed by transaction date. And so I'm prepending the column that I clicked on most recently as the one that I want to sort by. And the alternative to that is appending the column that I click on. So now this is going to be the 4th column that I sort by. So if I want to sort by transaction date first, I'd need to click on transaction date and then account. Or if I wanted to switch those and I get rid of transaction date and now account is the first one and then transaction date. Or if I wanted to see by account, what is my highest, I don't know. But that would still be my filter at that point in time. So I don't know. I am absolutely okay with either, or also, yeah, either or also just having that one level of sorting and then let everything else be filtering, like Coding with Scott is saying. So filtering, I agree with you, is very, very important for this. Let's say I only wanted to see checking kind of thing. So we'll do that next. And so this would be very easy to do, which would be this. If we wanted to see what it looks like where we can only sort by one column at a time and clicking on another column overwrites that, this would be something like if sort columns.any x arrows x dot column name is not equal to the column that we're trying to sort by, then sort calls.clear. I said the column that we're trying to sort by. And so this would allow us to click on a column more than once to sort ascending, descending, remove. But if we click on one column and then another one, then only that second column will apply its sorting. I guess the other thing I could do is um, instead of always reverting back to the original list when we do the sort, I actually apply the sort to the list and then materialize that order, which will reset the sort, I guess. Why would that be any good? Because let's say we did something like this. And we get these 3 that all have the same memo, which is an empty memo. but I wanted those to be sorted by transaction date next. Then I could sort by transaction date first and then sort by memo if I take this approach. So that would look like this. Okay, so we first sort by transaction date, and then we sort by memo. Wait, that didn't apply. Why didn't that apply? Sort by this first, which means that we should get blank, 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 and then the one that actually has a memo, but 814, 815, 816. I don't know why that's not actually applying. What I did wrong. So we're storing the current ordered list back into this transactions, and then the next time we try to sort, we start with that current ordering of the list. Why do I even have this here anymore? I don't need this anymore. That was our when we were trying to cast. Okay, but that's not what's causing this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that's not working the way that I think it should. Um, because it still looks like it's consistently putting them in the same order. It's kind of hard when I haven't entered more information. But yeah, let's go ahead and ignore that for now and work on adding filtering. So the way that I have seen filtering being added is you normally have an icon of some sort to the far right of all of this stuff, of everything in the header. And so we're going to mock that icon since I don't have an icon library currently. And that's going to look like, we'll go ahead and put you in another div because we love div soup, don't we? What I plan on doing is having this div here be display grid. Actually, I'll just go ahead and inline style it so you can see it. I said inline style it. Div all the things. Display grid with a grid gap of 1 rem. Cool. And this div here will also be display. Oh, right. And then this thing will have a minimum. I don't remember how I was going to do that. But anyway, this will also be a style display. You know what? I won't need that for now. I was thinking that I was going to do something like space between. So justify content space between so that my header text appears on the left and then everything else appears on the right of the header. But that means that I would be specifying the width of the column, which is going to happen because the user is going to be able to click drag to resize the column. But as I'm thinking about it, maybe it would look better if all I did was put something like a margin right after this. Margin right. Because the whole point is that this thing here would have a fixed width of maybe 1.2 characters. And then we would have our filter button. And right now that's just going to look like this. Actually, it's going to look like this because that looks like a funnel. And this is going to have a style of, oh, right. And then it was probably this that I was wanting, margin right of 1 rem. Okay, so just to show that. No, and then it wraps. Okay, so the other thing that I want is for this one to be white space, no wrap. Right, I said display grid. Display flex is what I meant. There we go. Okay, so I will commit those very shortly, but for now I want the filter button to not do the sort. So at on click equal prevent default, prevent stop propagation. Stop propagation. We don't want the click on this thing to propagate to the column header because this thing is just going to open our filter menu. And that one's going to be hard for me. So I have not come up with a good approach for having like a drop down open up inside of a header when the header is set to, you'll see. You'll see what I mean. So let's go ahead and start committing these styles. So th will have white space, no wrap. Deleted. And you there. Th, white space, no wrap. And then inside, so let me show you what happens when we try to do display flex directly on the th. Scooch, so we can see it happen in real time. Display flex. Nothing happened. Why did nothing happen? I was not expecting nothing to happen. I really wasn't expecting nothing to happen. That is already odd. Why didn't that break it the way that I thought it was going to break it? I don't know. I don't care. It works. So we aren't going to have div soup, thankfully. So then inside of here we have Flex forgot to go to the gym. It skipped arm day. Um, dot header title, header text, sort direction, and filter button. Okay, so our header text, we didn't really have anything special in it. Yeah, we did. We had a margin right. I forgot. Okay, okay. My brains is not a good rememberer. And then sort dir. I need to not say that. My brain is good at remembering patterns. I just need to work on which patterns, which models I built in my brains. And then the filter button, I didn't give any special styles. Okay, so this is what we got. We got some kind of torch thing that, oh, I guess that one does need a thing. It will have a, actually we can just do it like this. Pointer, cursor, pointer. That way we get, are you angry at me? Do you not like something that I did? Filter button should get cursor pointer. Why is it being so mean to me? Um, cursor, let's just, I probably spelled it wrong. No? Okay, will will my header at least get cursor? Oh man. I kind of want this to be cursor default, but that doesn't help us. Wait, what? That also isn't blank. Excuse me, styles, why are you no longer a blank? There. Okay, so that one applied. It applied for a minute. And then I also lost my text align left. Bang important. You have to bang important everything. And then automated realms told Dugasov that he is important. Because you are. Okay. We lost our left align because we're now display flex, but that should make the entire thing take up that should make the header take up the entire space, which means that text align left should have applied. Can you run? Arigato. Oh. It's so weird because pending transaction date and account look like they're left aligned, and then suddenly payee and memo are center, and then amount is left aligned. Or is it? It probably isn't. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Can I make this whiter, please? It's not. It's not. It's not. Wait a minute. Do you also notice what I notice? Which is that the actual header itself is not taking any of my styles anymore. So when I go transaction history, which is the name of the wrapper, transaction history, I'm selecting table, T head, any of the TRs, this one specifically, TH, and then the everything inside of that. And I don't have any nested components, so it's not like I need to use : deep. Where did this go? It broke as soon as I added cursor pointer. And there it is. That's what I expected it to do with display flex. Oh my gosh. Now now you're being a pain. Hey, cursor pointer work though. And then cursor default works now. Great. Good. Fine. Okay. So I'll have a header content wrapper that will look like header. This. Cool. And that worked. So now you can see when I mouse over them, the cursor stays as the default cursor. And then when I mouse over the span, the filter button, it turns into pointer. And so we need some way to let the user know that they can click on the column header in order to sort. And I think the visual thing that we'll do is hover, and we will do font weight 800. So we'll increase the font weight. Um, maybe not. Maybe we'll just do a text shadow like the 90s. Like we are from the early ooze. Cool. And then the shadow is actually going to be var primary foreground color, I think is what we named it. Marquee. Where in the world did I put the marquee? Where in the world is marquee? Hover. No, that's not how you. Maybe I do want it to be collapsed for a minute. But anyway, hover. Hover is what I meant to do. Show me my hover styles. Text shadow, primary foreground color is not what I called it. It would be in root. It would be in root. Primary text color. That's the only one that I named different than everything else. Okay, so and then maybe we'll lighten the background too. This might actually need to be a variable. Table, header, hover, color, background color. How do we make you lighter? We go to our color theme and we pick a lighter version of the color, obviously. Currently is 1D29, so that's this one. So let's pick this one and see if it's not too dark. 3CPO 3D566B. I really need to name these colors. R2D2? Give me my colors. I want my colors. Whoa. I am on the wrong version. I was like, I'm missing a few things from there. Okay, there we go. That is ugly. That is terrible. And that is horrible. And also bad. Let's just try RGBA 255.255.255.05. Something barely noticeable. Yeah. Ship it. Okay, so that's going to cooperate with us there. You can see that there isn't much shifting around because I told the width of this middle thing to be a specified width that should be wide enough to hold the content. So it's good for not really moving things around too much. One thing I think we can do to clean this up a little bit is align items center. And that way it doesn't shift up and down. Cool. Okay. And then give it a height and stuff. Cool. Okay. And I guess the very last thing is that the table gets a column. Is there a column padding table? There's like some weird properties that you can set for tables in CSS. Otherwise, I can just do it here. Now that I think of it though, the rule that I think I want to use is and first, not first of type. Hold on. let's do padding in general for all of them of left and right 0.4, and then top and bottom 0. But then for the first one, first of type, we'll remove the left padding. And then for the last one, we'll remove the right padding. Do I really want to do that? I don't think I do, but I did. So what? And this should give us some space. Oh, right. And this is actually, I forgot. This is actually everything in the table so that even my rows will line up. So TR, TH, and TD. I broke the rule. Oh no. Is it hard to make it resizable? We're going to, so we'll find out how hard it is. Like in my head, it doesn't seem hard. We have some little element that we can grab onto. It'll probably be a colon after. So for each TH, it may have a pseudo selector of the element after. But is it a pseudo element or a pseudo selector? And we'll give that a hover. No. Of cursor east west resize. Oh, and it would need a content that is not empty. And a width of, let's say, 2 runners. Just so we can grab onto it for now. I don't see it. I don't see it. So maybe it is the pseudo element. Or maybe I have an error. No, I don't have any CSS errors. Yeah, I don't really remember how to do this off the top of my head. I thought I would, but it doesn't look like I'm actually selecting what I think I should be selecting. Oh, because that's TR. Let's move you down. Apply. Do the thing. Oh, you are absolutely right. Yes, you are. Yeah, everything needs to be on after. The hover was just to make it visible, is what I was meaning to put inside of that. Yeah, there you go. Good. Okay, so yeah, we get the thing. It's not appearing on the right side like I'm expecting it to, but I think that's because I should do something like position relative. And then this thing is position absolute left, or I guess right 0. And then transform translate x minus 50%. So whatever size I make it, it will always be, why isn't it in between? Oh, top 0. There we go. That's what I intended. So minus 50% is obviously wrong because I need left to be 100%. There we go. Okay, now it will appear exactly in between columns. And so what my thought is on hover, I would have so like I would do a transition background color. No, opacity maybe. Maybe opacity. And that would be a linear for now, just because I don't know what it would look like otherwise. And let it take 1 second, even though we want it to go faster than that. I just want to make sure that we exaggerate it. And then we can start with a background color of RGBA 255, 255, 255.2, and an opacity of 0, so it'll be fully transparent. And then we'll, on hover, change the opacity to 1. Actually, to, oh yeah, to 1 because of that. So then, because the opacity is at 0, there is nothing to hover. Is that what's going on here? Why did I lose it? I'm not exactly sure why I just now lost it. Let's add these one at a time. Huh. It's just gone now. Like gone. Okay, I think we've tested the loading for now. I'm going to reduce the amount of time for that loading, just so that when I refresh like that, it'll take less time. It's in the razor. Razor, code behind, I said. So we will delay somewhere between, how about 500 milliseconds and 2 seconds. Okay, but anyway, I lost. You guys saw that it was there, right? At some point in time, I did something that caused me to lose. Oh, it was, no, no, no. Oh, I took the content from a period to empty space. So maybe I need to put something else in there. All right, so let's just see if this works though. Okay, so it's definitely there. It's gone. Hover changes opacity to 1. No. I wonder if the hover needs to be put on, well, no. If I do that, then it's going to apply to the TR. Maybe I can't use hover on a pseudo selector. Put a pipe in there. Cool. Okay. So it doesn't, the after, I don't think that hover can apply to after. Yeah. Okay. Man, but hover really is the thing that I wanted to use for in between. And then I wouldn't even be able to prevent default either. Man. Or stop propagation is what I mean. So I think that I would also need to. And I wouldn't be able to get any events from it in C sharp. That's the other major drawback. So, King George, how do you do it? You do it by we can do it by adding another element inside of the header called a resize handle. And this way it appears after the header content, so it's not going to overlap with any of these things. But that means that the header content is the thing that's going to have a padding right, a margin right of 0.4 rems. Oh, hey, that didn't break too much as far as what it looks like, provided it actually applied the styles. And so I'm going to put this inside of here just so we can see it. We still need white space no wrap to be on the TH. Come on. Oh, it's because that's a div. Dang it. I don't know that I want to do this, but display inline block instead. Come on. Dang it. What? Why? Why? My CSS skills aren't this bad, are they? Everyone nod. Excuse me. White space no wrap. And all of these divs are inline. Oh, because this one is display flex. Right. Farfig Newton. Dag. Let me do it like this then. The filter button is the thing that is going to get the padding right, margin right. I don't like that. Go fish. I don't like that. header wrapper maybe. But anyway, to answer your question though, Dukasoft, once we are able to position this thing, I think it would be very easy to, I'm going to say very easy and then have to eat my words later, but I think it would be easy enough to hook into the on mouse down or on drag start is what I mean to say, and then have that drag start event track how far we're moving left and right. I have an example of this in DDMS that we can improve upon, provided I still have a login, provided the test version still runs. I still have a login. 23952. Wow. You shut up, phone. Got plenty of time. How about one of these? Okay, so when I have the split open between these, this would be the same as a column in between two table columns, or the line in between two table columns. And so you can see that I can click drag to move it around, and it only moves left and right, and it resizes everything. So I am thinking that I should be able to do the exact same thing with a column header by adding a little dragon. Yeah. Okay. So once again, that is going to be the thing that we're applying these styles to instead of the after. So I should be able to do that with my position. I could have. I don't need this extra wrapper. Um, so what I should have done is just, instead of having this thing target colon colon after, we have it target the resize handle. Get rid of this. Not and. Okay, great. Where'd it go? Opacity 0 is where it went. Come back. Hello. Okay, cool. So then height is 100%. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna get my beautiful on. Okay, which means that I need to put the margin right back on here. And margin right is going to need to be well, I mean, it all depends on how wide I actually make this thing. So I probably want this thing to be something wide enough that it can be grabbed. Yeah, okay. So when we have it at opacity 0, it kind of looks like, oh, we can. Cool. So now let's fix the timing. It probably should only take almost a quarter of a second. Yeah. So yeah, it would be that. So let me get rid of the little pipe. Stove pipe. Still seems like it's a little bit too far over. Right, because we need a padding left, 0.4 rems. There we go. All right. That's better. Okay, so yes. So then the other thing that I would do after this is make sure that I could break it free of the bounds of the header so that instead it takes up the entire column width or height of the column. Either that or add one to each of these and then say on hover of this, then traverse. I don't know how to do that. Yes, I do. On hover, enter would be an event that I can capture, which would activate all of these. Yeah, this is going to completely break it, but I just want to see. Yeah. Okay, so that's fine. We'll figure out a way to do that. But the other thing that we're going to struggle with, that I think I'm going to struggle with at least, is when I click on this to open the filter menu. So there are two things that need to happen. One, I need to detect, are we going to go below the screen? If so, then open the menu up. Otherwise, you can open it down. And then the second one is when you open it, like it's just going to be really difficult for me to have a div inside of here that will open inside of the th and still allow it to spill over. So my overflow, I don't know. I don't know if it'll work or not. Like it's working here, so I would assume that it would work. Overflow should be fine. Yeah, but we'll figure that out tomorrow. We'll do both the clicking this to open the context menu to select from a list of possible values to filter by, or to just have everything that you would normally expect to see when you click on a column. What are these called? On a filter button for a column. So a type to filter out your filter values, a contains for anything that's a text filter, a date range for anything that is a date filter. Yeah, we'll just keep building this up. But I think maybe the first thing that we'll do, let me go to this screen because I am ending. The first thing that we'll do is we'll take a look at QuickGrid. And then we'll see how fast, because this has taken us 2 days. I'd expect coffee to pop out. Of course. Especially with this filter here. It looks almost like a K-cup holder thing. If you pop those things out, it looks like a... Anyway, we should be getting coffee from this is what the point is. But we'll try that. We'll see how fast getting QuickGrid put together will work. If that takes as long as how long it's been taking me to get the table to this point with the sortable, with the at least the indicators for being able to resize columns and stuff. Yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking, Zulius. Thank you, Dukasoft, for being here. Feel free to hang out with us on Discord. Dukasoft has run that command for us so kindly. And I will be in the voice channel most likely for the rest of the day unless I get a call from my coworker to connect so that we can continue working through integrating my UI into the main application and blah, 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 blah. ¿Qué más? Tomorrow's just going to be a normal day. I'll be back at 10:30 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. It'll be Thursday, which is a very fun day, and I will post my YouTube videos on the YouTubes 24 hours after I have streamed so that they can stay exclusive to Twitch for 24 hours. Um, Today's video or yesterday's video should be posted by now. And check out Irish John Games, who was lurking probably this whole time. His game is coming out. He's joined at the end. Um, he is like doubling, tripling down on Rise of Piracy. He is going to get it done, and it is going to be amazing. If you have not wish listed it yet, check it out on Steam. Um, Check out Thindle's stream when you can. He does some amazing content. I absolutely love doing or watching and doing modernization efforts, and he's been struggling through a few things. I wouldn't say struggling. He has been needing to deal with some very specialized scenarios when going from web forms to MVC and having to play with JavaScript frameworks and using jQuery and but it's so much fun to watch and participate in. So anyway, check him out when he goes live. You were very annoyed with web forms and styling last stream, but you got through. You got through a lot of it. I don't actually have a Thindle command, but we can do just a shout out. Shout out Thindle and shout out Irish John Games. But yeah, we'll have more fun tomorrow, and it'll be an enjoyable time. Otherwise, check out Irish John when he goes live. He has not missed a day since I think he said November or something like that. And yeah, awesomeness. So I will see you all on the flip side. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be in the Discord December 13th of last year. I'll be in the Discord community voice channel. I'm going to play this one because I have not played this one in a while. Okay, laters.
Outro music. I don't know how to do outro music. Ba ba da ba bum bum bum. I don't know how to do outro music, so I'm making my own. Da 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 da. Bum bum.